Welcome back to Zarinah Cooks TV, and I am Zarinah Cooks. Today I'm going to be preparing for you mango jerk barbecue Cornish hens spatch cooked. That's a mouthful. But if you're interested in learning how to prepare this beautifully delicious dish, I suggest you stay tuned. In order for us to prepare this delicious meal, we're going to need a few ingredients. So we are going to be using Cornish hen, fresh lemon. This is a ginger garlic pimento mix, chicken seasoning. This is green seasoning. That's jerk seasoning, fresh thyme, assorted colored bell peppers. This is my mango jerk barbecue concoction. And we're going to be using some browning, fresh mango, and that is soy sauce. I actually did not end up using the soy sauce, so don't worry about it. Now that we have all of our ingredients together, the first step in cooking is preparing the meat, and that involves cleaning, at least in our household. If you don't clean your meat, that's, what you do. That's totally fine for you. But in our household, we do thoroughly clean our meat. So I am going inside out with cleaning. Of course, I get my fingers and hands in there, and I swish around and clean, get the water all in there. What you see me doing is actually using my kitchen shears, basically cutting out the backbone of each hen. That's called spatch cook. I like that in cooking that way because it actually allows the chicken or the hen to cook more evenly. You don't have any of those undone areas, and it also allows it to cook a lot quicker. So that's what you see me doing. Now that I have spatched or butterflied both of my hens, now I'm going to start my cleaning process. And so what I do is I have cold water, vinegar if I have vinegar on hand, and some sort of citrus. I'll using lemon, as you can see here. And basically what I do is I take my lemon and I scrub that meat. I use the citrus to cut the grease that you tend to feel on the skin of the meat or the chicken, or the film that you might feel on your red meat or whatever. And so the citrus really helps to cut through that so that you don't get that slimy feeling. I rinse and repeat until that feeling is gone, and then I set aside. Now that I've showed you how I clean my meat, I figured why not show you how I clean up my cooking space after I'm done. That way you can prevent the spread of salmonella or any other bacteria that might be found in your uncooked meat. It's really quick and simple to just either spray it down with the bleach spray or just regular bleach like I'm using. Hot water. I have a disinfectant wipe so that I'm not reusing that same sponge, and I spray it down and I get back to cooking. All right, so now we can really start to cook. So what I am doing is I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up my fruits and vegetables. That is 1 medium-sized yellow onion. I am also going to be chopping up a half of orange, a half of red, and a half of yellow bell pepper. I'll also be dicing up 1/2 of my fresh mango. So just a little disclaimer, guys, I am not going off of a recipe. I usually don't cook by recipe, to be honest with you. I like to refer to myself as a freestyle cooker. I would always say to my husband, and my husband would always, say it back to me like, I'm a freestyle cooker. And he'd be like, yeah, honey, you freestyle. But you know what? It tastes so good, right? And, for me, what really makes food taste good is when you put your heart in it, when you put love into it, and you kind of go off your feelings, you're tasting, you're vibing, whatever you do in the kitchen, whatever gets you in that mood to cook, music, feeling good, whatever it is, and you get in there and you just whip up magic. And That's what I like to do. So I don't tend to go by recipe, but I have learned to teach myself to write recipes because I understand that just showing you what I'm doing on a 30 or 60-second reel on Instagram isn't really doing you justice. It's making you want it, but it's not really showing you how to recreate it. And that's what I want to do for you all. I want to show you how to recreate these meals, make them your own, and really, really enjoy them rather than just looking at the picture like, ooh, that looks good, or looking at the reel saying, ooh, that looks good. So I want to teach you how to create these recipes in your own home and make them your own and share it with your friends and family and show your love to them the same way that I show my love to my friends and family by cooking. By the way, if you aren't following me on Instagram, my Instagram is Zarinah Cooks TV. Make sure you follow. But if you are new here to this channel, this is a brand new channel. And I was inspired to create this channel by the friends and extended family, my followers on Instagram, because they were seeing the reels, they were seeing the pictures, they wanted the breakdown of the recipe. How did I do this? How did I do that? And this was the best way to compile all of those things and make it accessible to everyone. So what I did do is chop up the entire onion, half of the red, yellow, and the orange. And then what you see me add is the green seasoning. Green seasoning is merely a mixture of green herbs and seasonings. Green onion, bell pepper, cilantro, a lot of just green seasonings, and then also some olive oil. It's mixed in a food processor and it's stored in the refrigerator. You find this widely used in the Caribbean and the West Indies. They add it to every dish. It adds that extra layer of seasoning. And so I've picked it up along the way, and I use it in certain dishes as well. After I give that a good mix with the green seasoning, I went ahead and added all the other dry seasonings. That's the garlic, ginger, pimento, the chicken seasoning, and of course my jerk seasoning. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little brownie for color. And then I wanna give it a nice massage. I like to make sure I get it inside, outside, underneath, over, above, around. You want to get that seasoning and that flavor in every orifice, every crevice of that chicken. Now, once everything has been nicely coated, then I want to go ahead and add the fruits and vegetables. See, I'm kind of going slow because I'm like, what am I going to do here? I don't know what I want to do. So I did not end up using all of the vegetables and things that I cut up because I did not need it. All right, so we want to give this a good mix. And after I get in all of the fresh vegetables and fruit that I think is needed, you don't see me add this, but I also added in a few sprigs of fresh thyme. Again, me freestyling. You know, I had all of my things out, but because I'm not going by a written down recipe, I am just, going as I, doing as I go. I realized that I didn't put my thyme in. I went ahead and added that in. And then what you want to do is cover it up and put this in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. And after you let it rest for 2 hours, you want to take it out and let it sit on your counter for a little while as well, because you don't want to cook, cold meat. You want to try and bring it back down to room temperature. So there's that time that I didn't record myself adding, and I just gave it a quick final mix. And so just wanted to make a quick observation. I totally forgot to add jerk paste in this recipe. Did it need it? No. Was it intended? Yes. So if you want the more spice, definitely add jerk paste in when you marinate your meat, but it totally did not miss it. You saw me use a good amount of jerk seasoning. I also used jerk seasoning in the barbecue sauce. So it totally wasn't necessary, but I totally had intentions of using it. So what you see me do is basically lay my fruits and veggies down and then the hens on top. So now what you see me doing is adding some butter under the skin. First, I stick my finger in between the skin and the flesh to make little pockets, and I put in everywhere I can. So in the breast, especially because the breast area tends to be the driest, I make sure I put the butter in there. I also create little pockets in the thigh leg area and stick it in there. We are going to be putting this in the oven uncovered, and I just want to make sure that I am protecting the flesh so that it doesn't dry out, and I want to keep this as juicy as possible. Nobody loves dry meat. I like my meat nice and juicy, and the butter definitely helps with that. So after I have my meat all situated on the pan the way that I like, I'm going to pop this in the oven uncovered on 400 for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, I cranked it up to 425 for another 10 minutes to get it nice and golden like you see. Then I am covering it, lathering it in my sauce. And I just want to make sure I don't miss a spot with the sauce. I'm even getting the vegetables and the fruit that's on the pan. So you just want to cover it with the sauce. Now, one thing about the sauce, this video, as you can see, does not break down how I made the sauce. I'm sorry. That part of it, I told you I was freestyling. I did not record, but I can kind of tell you what I did in the description box if you'd like. Basically, I just took a fresh mango. I chopped it. I put that in a blender. If you know the basics of making barbecue sauce, is basically ketchup, spices, brown sugar. So basically that's what I did. And I actually cooked it down. A little bit of vinegar in there as well. I cooked it down until all of the flavors came together, and then I set it aside. If you want the actual recipe of how I prepared the mango jerk barbecue, I could redo it and record. So once you take your chicken out, it'll look just as beautiful and as golden as what you saw. I really enjoyed the beautiful mixture of sweet and heat. It was just the perfect balance. And now I'm going to plate and prepare to serve. I basically just split the breast in half and plating like so. This was so beautiful. It was so it was really delicious. It was, like I said, a nice blend of sweet and heat. If you like sweet and savory, you're gonna love this. This is my beautiful mango jerk barbecue Cornish hen spatch cooked. And I believe that this sauce would go well with seafood, shrimp, salmon, and definitely chicken. It would also work well as a dipping sauce. Really, really, really good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Let's grow our YouTube family. If you're not following on Instagram, again, it's Zarinah Cooks TV. I really, really hope you enjoyed this meal and the other meals that I am preparing for you. A new video drops every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. and I will continue to do so. I am also exploring ideas of other content for this page as well, or this channel as well. So I do have a lot going on a day-to-day basis. and I am just trying to get comfortable enough to be able to share some of that with you. It's a journey that I'm on, and I would love to take you with me. I cook with love, I cook with my heart, and I just want to share myself with you in all the ways that I can. Maybe through this, I can help other people going through similar experiences. Thank you for watching, and I love you.